Hi everybody, this is Mike and this is the Michael W. Hull channel. I've really enjoyed giving you updates lately, but today I'm going to share some music with you. This is a piece from the Spanish Romantic period of the mid to late 1800s by the famous Spanish guitarist and composer Francisco Tarrega. He was prominent in bringing our instrument to light. And so this piece is entitled Lagrima. It's from the RCM Series Level 4, and it's a List C option for exams. And Lagrima means tear. Now, this piece was written as a tribute. In fact, Tarrega was in London, and he got word that his infant son had died back in Spain. So, and this title of this, of course, is Tear. Well, a friend of mine reminded me the other day that Eric Clapton, in modern times, just some years ago, had a young son that passed away, and of course he wrote Tears in Heaven. So this piece stirs up that kind of feeling, like a tribute, definitely melancholy and sad, but a beautiful tune, a beautiful piece. It's paired with any number of great Tarrega pieces, Adelita and others he wrote. Just a vast amount of work for the guitar literature. I paired this one time with Recuerdos de la Alhambra, which was quite a workout, but what a great introduction. And so this piece is, like I said, A-B binary form. We don't take the repeats on the exams, but it's a great piece for performance too if you're working on that, if you're a student or anyone really. So let me play it first and then we'll talk about it. So as you can tell, it's got this rising melody. Now the fingering's very interesting. It's very important to follow. As you know, I'm a stickler for that. But there are reasons. I like to have a musical reason for every technique, and I believe that the PA to the M is very important for control. I mean, you could do everything P, M, and then I, but try the PA and the M first. You want to be able to control your balance and your rest stroke, or free stroke for that matter, with the A finger. The A finger is easy to kind of sometimes twang, or on the open strings, or not quite have the control you want, but try to develop that. And then those accompaniment notes. This is the Romantic period, so the melody is king. And keep the open B's in the background. Now, it has that theme two times, and of course with the repeat, repeats a lot. So there's a lot of music in a small space. So I try to make it sound a little bit different than the repeat. I try to open the sound a little bit more of a crescendo, some elasticity within the line. When you get to the dominant chord here, the dominant 7, before you go into the high notes, the real expressive, it's very tempting. That's a very difficult little delicate part there. It's very tempting not to bar the 4 strings. Now, I used to play it and do a quick shift, but now I bar 4 strings, even though the 3rd finger is playing the C sharp, and I'm not dependent on this finger, but I want a smooth transition between the chords to be seamless. Very difficult passage to make sound really beautiful, but it can be done. So bar that 9th fret with the 1st finger. The C sharp is on with the 3rd finger. You keep going back to the 3rd string E. The next chord, you're playing an F sharp on the 7th fret, 2nd string, and then the octaves. Boy, that's a really tough passage, isn't it? And then the C sharp E, mixing open strings. Very tempting to bring the thumb down to the 3rd string, but play thumb, thumb on the C sharp, 4th string, A open, I on the 3rd string, M on the 2nd string. So you can still get a really nice round sound with free strokes. And then set yourself up for the dominant chord in the 2nd position, E major. See, the major doesn't sound triumphant. It's very melancholy. The contrast of the minor, though, this is very stark. Typical glissando there, or portamento you might call it, rather. When you arrive at the C on the 8th fret, pluck the string, though. Don't just slide into it. So that's a forte, and then piano. It doesn't really have a dynamic marking as far as crescendo there, but I like to bring out the intensity and connection of those high and low notes there, that movement. All right, so that's talking about the portamento. Then the elasticity of the beat. I take this quiet. I may play it slightly different the 2nd time through. Once you get back to this, you're in minor now. So this is like the melody, but in a minor key. The forte, by comparison, decrescendo, dominant, minor. Then on the repeats do make minor, well, small adjustments. So then we go back to the DC in the major key. As legato as humanly possible. Sing it. And be in tune. So, I've always said one of the challenges for guitar players is to be legato, because we don't use a bow like the other strings, like our cellist friends and our violinists and viola. And sometimes the string bass, although we all love to see the stand-up bass played jazz style as well. So, or pizzicato. But anyway, I hope that helps. It was really fun to record this. And best regards for your success. Take care.